Before the spotlight found the lead singer, before the strings swelled, there was a deep voice that powered one of the greatest groups of the 70s. In an era where soul music defined love, heartbreak, and hope, one man stood at the foundation of the sound, not in front, but at the core. This man wasn't the loudest voice in the room, it was the deepest. He was the anchor, the pulse beneath the harmony. From Detroit gospel roots to global soul stages, this is the story of a man whose voice you felt as much as you heard, and how he shaped one of the smoothest sounds in music history. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Pervis Jackson. Now before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. Born on May 17th, 1938 in New Orleans, Louisiana, his family moved to Detroit, Michigan when he was very young. Detroit wasn't just steels, engines, and assembly lines. It was a city that was made for harmony. Churches echoed with gospel groups, and street corners became the rehearsal spaces for future legends. It was here that Jacksons developed the voice that would later define a generation of soul music. Raised in a community where music was both refuge and expression, he absorbed the traditions of gospel-based singing, a style that was built on strength, stability, and spiritual depth. That grounding would soon become his signature. The Spinners was founded in 1954 at Lincoln High School, originally known as the Domingos. They changed their name to the Spinners after a type of hubcaps that was mentored by Harvey Fuqua of the Moonglows. In early 1961, the group earned its first record deal with Tri-Fi Records. Jackson's rich tone and calm demeanor earned him a reputation across town and in the music industry. The Spinners was a group defined by seamless harmony and emotional storytelling. With that blend, Pervis Jackson's bass voice was the cornerstone. While tenor and falsetto soared, his tone provided weight, warmth, and the silent foundation that made the group's harmonies feel complete. He wasn't just part of the harmony, he was a harmony's foundation. Fuqua was dating, then subsequently married Gwen Gordy, the sister of Motown founder Berry Gordy, and Gordy bought his Tri-Fi label under the company's umbrella. However, the Spinners was stuck in the development hell, releasing only a half a dozen songs on Motown and its VIP Subsidiary label over the next 6 years. Jackson often worked at the office of the Detroit company, sending out records to stores and DJs. In 1970, the group finally scored a US hit with the song It's a Shame that was written and produced by Stevie Wonder.
The way you mess around with your man, it's a shame the way you play with my emotions.
This song made the group's chart debut in the UK, where they was briefly known as the Motown Spinners. Officially signing with Motown in the 60s should have meant instant stardom, but for the Spinners, success came very slowly. They recorded, toured, and waited. Through it all, Jackson remained steady, both vocally and personally. He held the group together during years of uncertainty. His presence wasn't flashy, it was dependable, and sometimes dependability is what keeps the dream alive. On the advice of their friend Aretha Franklin, they decided to leave Motown to sign with Atlantic Records. Just like Motown, Atlanta roster was huge. The Spinners was no higher up on the pecking order until they linked with Tom Bell, who made a name for himself producing the Delphonics and the Stylistics. Under Tom Bell, the groups developed a signature sound that was characterized by lush orchestration, heartfelt lyrics, and harmonies that felt effortless. On songs like I'll Be Around,
I'll be there, I'll be around.
and Could It Be I'm Falling in Love, showcased a perfect balance of soaring leads, supported by a bass line that grounded every note. That grounding came from Pervis Jackson. Since 1975, Tom Bell was determined to showcase Jackson's voice. His voice was the invisible architect of their hits. In vocal groups, the bass singer goes often overlooked. Not because they're unimportant, but because they're essential. They provide depth, stability, and emotional gravity. Jackson mastered this role. He understood that soul music isn't only about what you hear, it's about what you feel. His voice resonated in the chest, not just the ears. Without that depth, the harmony floats. With it, the harmony lives. Jackson can be heard on songs such as Games People Play,
Could see her face. Smile as she came calling out my name.
One of a Kind Love Affair, and Working My Way Back to You. Decades of touring can strain even the strongest bonds. But Jackson's calm demeanor and quiet leadership helped maintain unity within the Spinners. He wasn't just a lead singer, he was a stabilizing force, a mediator, and a brother to his bandmates. In an industry known for ego, his humanity contributed to the group's longevity. As musical trends shifted in the late 70s and 80s, many soul groups faded. But the Spinners, they endured. Through disco, funk, and modern R&B influences, Jackson's voice remained a constant reminder of the group's roots. While styles evolved, the foundation never went away. On June 30th, 1976, the Spinners received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. They was also inducted into the National Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame in 2015, followed by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2023. Pervis Jackson's legacy isn't defined by spotlight moments or lead solos. It's defined by presence. Every harmony he anchored, every performance he studied, every song he helped transform into something timeless. He proved that greatness doesn't always have to stand in the front. Sometimes it stands beneath, holding everything together. He was a big man with a big heart who took very special care of his autistic son. Jackson never considered retirement. He was still a member of the Spinners up until his passing, when he passed from brain and liver cancer on August 18th, 2008, at the age of 70. Today, vocal groups still rely on the same principles: balance, depth, and emotional resilience. The blueprint that Jackson helped perfect continues to shape harmony-driven music across genres. His influence lives on, not in headlines, but in the sound. Some voices lead, some voices soar, and others hold the world in place. Pervis Jackson's voice did more than just support a melody. It gave soul music its weight, its warmth, and its heart. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. Where do you place Pervis Jackson on the list of the greatest bass singers of all time? Is he in your top 5 or your top 10? Let me know in the comments below. Before I go, I want to take a second to promote my Discord. Over here, I provide a safe space for my supporters. We discuss music of all genres. You can provide me feedback on recent uploads, etc. If that interests you, then go ahead and check me out. The link is in my bio. While I have y'all here, if you would like to support the channel further, then feel free to become a member. By doing so, you help make these videos possible. I thank each and every one of you who supported me along this journey.